They say no plan survives contact with the enemy. Well, who's the enemy?
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
Hey guys, Crystal here, and this is my obligatory end of 2022, how we gonna ring in 2023 video. I want to talk about how the last year went and how this next year hopefully is going to go. And I rewatched the last video for this when I talked about how 2021 went, and some of the stuff aged like spoiled milk, and some of it kind of went alright, I guess. I figure we're gonna talk about it, but instead of me just talking at the screen for everyone for like 15-20 minutes, we're gonna do something just a little bit different, and we're gonna tier rank 2022. Let's get started. When is intended is everything went according to plan. I am still on the right track, and nothing possibly went wrong. Rank 2 is it sort of worked. Some things didn't, some things did. But overall, we're feeling really good about it. Could have been worse. You know, we're still okay with it, but things are not going well. No, it did not go well. Yeah, no, failed miserably. Did not achieve a goal. Something went horribly wrong. Um, just, it was a time. That is, it was a time. And the last one is surprise. Stuff that I thought wouldn't happen, did. Or stuff that I thought didn't happen, did. Wouldn't happen, did. You get the idea. That's the framework we're working with for this tier list. So, let's start off with streaming. Now, for streaming, I'm using the May Chaos Reign symbol. Because we need to talk about May Chaos Reign. Okay? We do. That was so much fun and the highlight of my year. Or at least one of them. There's been a couple. Which, for those of you who don't know, May Chaos Reign was a special event put up by us, the Chaos Queens, myself, Marta, Danny, and Violet, where we read some things, we wrote some things, we watched some stuff, and we generally had some self-care goodness, where it was called our Life-a-thon, and it was a lot of fun. I read more Cirque du Freak, I read some short stories, Marta shared her work, Danny showed us K-pop. I've never experienced K-pop up until the May Chaos Reign. Are you shocked? Really? Because I'm always experiencing things last. So, for streaming, that was really fun. I also did increase other streams. In terms of writing streams, I streamed with author and Sophie. I streamed with Caitlin Ash. There was some trouble involved. There was the nostalgia book train for at least one stream, I think. It was just so much fun, and as much as I wish I could have done more, we're gonna put it in sorta worked, because wish I could have done more, but toward the later half of the year things kind of fell apart. But we'll get into that. Get into that later. What is this? A big stack of freaking yarn. This was one of my many surprises of 2022. I really enjoy crochet. Not only do I really enjoy crochet, but I finished not one, but two blankets. There's this one. I should have made myself bigger for this. And then there's this one, which I made for my husband. And I'm currently working on a third. So this is a very wonderful surprise. I love crochet. It's so much fun. Even though all I've made is blankets, I'm still enjoying myself. And the blanket I'm currently working on, I'm letting the Troublemaker Discord decide what color I pick next. Because why not? Next on our list. This was one of the ones that kinda aged like spoiled milk. In my last video, I said that I quit World of Warcraft and I'm never going back. There There was a lot of drama both in and out of the game. Some of you may have heard, some of you may have not. Blizzard is awful, but they're starting to kind of make steps to make things work. So your girl did go back for Dragonflight, the most current expansion. This happened in November. In between other stuff that happened, Dragonflight is kind of one of my favorite expansions of all time since I have no idea when. And while I was also under the effects of a illness, I played a little bit and I'm starting to play more of it now and I'm really enjoying myself. So, surprise motherfucker, your girl went back to WoW again. I feel like I say it at least every couple of years, but this time I was sure I wasn't going to go back. I lied. Gaming. I'm using the stray cuddle up kitty to represent my gaming content. Because I did say back last year that I wanted to get more of my other facets of content in D&D and gaming. And gaming went all right. We played some really fun games like Stray, The Quarry. We played Elden Ring. I know the Elden Ring symbol is down there, and I'm going to get to that because it's its own entity. We played a little bit of Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which was my nostalgia game. Hope I'm thinking about bringing it back at some point. I don't know when. We're kind of still working out schedules and stuff like that. More on that later. But gaming kind of sort of worked. I almost put it in could have been worse, but you know, given the stuff that happened, it worked. It sort of worked. Elden Ring. I left it its own category because this surprised even me. I'm not a FromSoft game person. I don't usually enjoy games that challenge me past my limitations, that make me feel like I just suck donkey butt. But I played some Elden Ring on some streams, and I think things were going well. Possibly. I was actually going to have a short video of all the times I died, and it was just going to be this little clip. So I might put that together if that's something interesting that people want to take a look at. I've got a bunch of clips of my deaths on stream that I was just going to mash together. And if y'all want to see that, let me know, and I'll make a short. Because shorts are a thing. So, surprise! Your girl really enjoys Elden Ring. Someday I'm going to get back to it. Reading. I'm using Blood Ties Season 1, even though technically it is a poster for the show I'm realizing right now and not the book. I read Blood Ties. I got halfway through Immovable Echo, which is written by the wonderful author Anne Sophie, and I got about halfway through The Nine Eyes of Lucian by Madeline Rue. I'm really bad at reading. I'm enjoying the books that I start. The problem is your girl gets distracted really easily and struggles finishing books. I have every intention to finish Nine Eyes of Lucian soon, as well as finishing the Removable series and stuff and things. I did not read nearly as much as I wanted to. Like, I listened to the Graveyard book, didn't finish it just because distractions. I DNF'd Sandman. That made the first act audiobook made me very uncomfortable. I read short stories, like Snow, Glass, and Apples. That was kind of fun, but also kind of strange. I read a fan fiction, like the first fan fiction I've ever read since high school. I don't remember what it was, because all I wrote was the title. So I don't even know what the fan fiction was a fan fiction of. Obviously, it wasn't that good, because I don't remember. I read more Cirque du Freak. Still haven't finished the series like I promised. We talked about finishing the entire series. I think Anne is the only one who's successfully done that recently, or maybe Marta as well. I'm not sure. So could have been worse. Almost did not go well, but could have been worse. Vlogging content. For like Camp Nano and the like. it didn't happen. I did like a couple vlogs, but not as many as I was hoping because burnout and not feeling it and just overall being in a shitty headspace off and on. I didn't do as much as I wanted to. That was also going to be my icon for YouTube content in general, but we're splitting things up. So vlogging content, yeah, it did not go well, but that's okay. Not everything is supposed to succeed well. Sometimes stuff just happens, and I'm trying really hard to learn how to accept that. Project Incarnate. This is the art that I drew for the different clan symbols, which have changed. The star doesn't look like this anymore. I've got to like redraw it at some point, and some of these symbols may have changed a little bit. But this is my Project Incarnate symbol, so we're fine. My goal for Project Incarnate last year was to get it ready to be published. Well, it went through a round of betas, a second round, and now I'm in a position where I'm redrafting almost the entire second act, and I have no ending. This has filled me with existential dread for half of the year. But I think I'm in a place now where I can just sit and work. The current debate for 2023, especially for January, because I will be participating in Januwrimo, is do I start from the beginning, since it's been like 2 to 3 months, and just read everything I've gotten so far with the feedback, with the edits that I've already made, and then continue on from where I left off? Or do I just continue where I left off and hope for the best? If you have an opinion about that, let me know down in the comments below. But as of right now, we're gonna put it in... We're gonna put it in could have been worse, because yes, it's not ready for published, but I have made more progress on it. What the hell is this little dude? This is November 18th to December 18th. I got really sick. Most of you probably know that because I've made shorts and stuff like that. But yeah, it started off as the flu and went worse. It wasn't COVID, anything like that. It was just pneumonia. But that put the last half of my year, the last 2 months, down the crapper because sick. That's because sick, and that's okay. So, I mean, technically, being sick when is intended, but we're gonna put it down in surprise because that was a lot. I was almost gonna put it in did not go well either. No, you know what? We're just gonna put it in did not go well. Cause yeah. Okay, next, the D&D content. I did a couple tier ranking videos, but for both ranking the classes and my favorite characters. So that went as intended. I did more D&D content. It's fine. I'm just gonna take the win now at this point. The teacup. This is a representation of something I had planned for December that kind of fell on the cutting room floor because of everything else that was happening, which was a tea review series. I was going to do the sequel to Tea Shorts because my friend Dio sent me a collection of teas that she wanted me to try and thought it would be fun to do it as a sequel to the original Advent Calendar series. It didn't happen, like I said, but I still kind of want it to happen at some point. So for now, it did not go well because it never freaking happened. But someday, we will finish the tea review series. I'm literally trying not to drink all those really nice teas that she sent me because I want to do it in a fun, content-filled way. It's fine. And last but not least, job. I got a job in October. And probably worked about 3 weeks. Then I got really sick, had to take the month off, and went back for the Christmas season. It was a lot of fun, and I really learned a lot. And it's on my list of top places I've worked at. But all good things must come to an end, and my contract did. So, we're back where we were last year. The girls got no job. But that's okay. I'm still looking. still want to get a part-time job, and still want to be a functional adult. But we're going to put it in... Okay, originally I was going to put it and did not go well because I lost it, and that makes me sad. But I did get a part-time job. It just didn't keep it. So it kind of worked. It happened. And that's 2022. That's how my year went. For good and for worse, I guess. But let's get rid of this and let's talk about 2023. What are my goals? Well, find another part-time job so I can have a little bit more money coming in, because that was actually, working was nice. As much as I had to step back from other stuff. We'll figure that out when we cross that bridge. I want to stream more. Both gaming streams and writing streams. And maybe even some chill streams where we just play game-like categories like the Three Nuts do on their streams. Something like that. I have yet to decide. And where I am going to be bringing streams back in January, that's not going to happen until the second week. I'm taking this last week off to just make sure that my body is fully healed from what the pneumonia did to it. Because I was on Violet's writing stream, and after that, I coughed for like a solid 5 minutes. So we're coming back to that, just not yet. I do have more game videos to come out with. I'm still working on The Devil in Me, which is a Supermassive Games game, much like The Quarry and Meta Medan. That's going to come up on the channel. I've got more tag videos. Oh, I forgot to mention all the tag videos I did. Oops, I did a lot of tag videos and I was really happy about it. There, I mentioned it. But there'll be more tag videos. There's one coming next week that I was tagged in by Danny. So look for that. There's also a second tag video that's going to come the week after, which is the character tag made by the Troublemakers, which I'm going to do. I've done it already, and I'm going to do a second time for another fan favorite character, Charles. So look out for that. That's going to happen. I'm going to try to get Project Incarnate ready for another beta round. And I'm going to finish my Chaos Discord blanket. That's what I'm calling it now, because the blanket is being made with your choices. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that in this take. Yeah. And maybe I should bullet journal. Because I'm not really good at keeping track of this year stuff and goals and stuff. But I'm not actually 100% sure about that because I always forget my journal exists anyway. But I have plans. I'm participating in Januwrimo so I can finish the revisions and redrafting. And that really, I've only seen to as far as January. My goals will last the entire year. But January is as far as my scope is right now. So that's 2023. I'm going to do much the same of what I was doing last year. But hopefully more so, I guess. More frequent, more consistent. Your girl thrives on consistency. So we need to make more consistent things. What are your goals for 2023? How did your 2022 go? Let me know down in the comments below. I want to hear about you guys. Because that's important to me. And I've missed being on YouTube. And I've missed doing videos. And I've missed trying to be social in the community and stuff like that. So we're going to try to get back into that too. Yeah. Overall, I wish everyone a happy 2023 and a happy end to 2022. May the year be brighter and whatever other cheesy thing you can think of, and just pretend I said it. Until next time. I love and appreciate every single one of you, and we will see you guys in the next video or stream, depending on where you find me next. Bye, guys!